purchase orders that have been closed, I mean initiated, delivered to the supplier, or submitted to the supplier, and supplier has delivered the goods. And another tab is a invoice report. So this is a tab where all the invoices for the particular PO would be displayed. So I'll go to the purchase orders tab and I'll try to create a new PO. I'll select a vendor. All the details would be pre-populated. The store, I can change the store if I want to. Right now I'm the store manager is assigned only one store, so there is only one store in the drop down. Payment terms and shipping terms have been pre-populated. PO number auto-generated. Account number is the default account for that vendor. I can change it if I want. I'll make it AC0011. Here I can select the items. So once I select the item, the rest of the fields would be pre-populated. Only the quantity is the one which we would need to specify. So I said deliver me 100 quantity of chips on this store. So right now I'll save the PO. So once I save this PO, this will be displayed in the purchase orders tab, from where I can take the proceedings ahead. So if you can see, there are this PO has been created against Tamara Michaels, and total cost is 50 because cost per unit is $1 and I've ordered 50 quantity. So if you can see, all the highlights have been displayed here. I can expand it and see what I've ordered. Okay, so the price per unit is 0.5 is 50 cents and the quantity is 100, so that adds up to $50. And the status. So this is in terms of or from the view of the store manager, the status of a purchase order would stand with a particular importance. See, if you can say, this is a purchase order in a new status, so it's just created. No action has been taken. It is not submitted to the supplier yet. So there are two icons or two actions that I can perform in this PO. I can revise it if I want to, which will open up the same purchase order entry form which I had just submitted. So this is a feature where I can come and maybe edit it before submitting. So as I had mentioned earlier, save PO is a kind of a save in draft and do the work later kind of a thing, where you can just save it and come back later to do some other things or to finalize the PO and submit it. There is another icon which says send PO. So this would send the purchase order to the supplier. So I'm just going ahead and I'll just go ahead and send it to the supplier. So if you can see, the purchase order has been the status of this purchase order has been online order sent. So online order sent, what does it specify? It tells me two things: that this is an online PO, that means submitted to the user who is online, and it tells me, the order sent tells me that the order has been delivered to the supplier, and from now on supplier would be the one who can who is supposed to take an action. Even in this intermittent step, I have a feature where I can revise the PO, because it's not yet been approved or processed by supplier. I can see the status, I can refresh it, I can keep refreshing it to see if there is any change in the status. If there isn't, I can still revise the PO and submit it again. For now, I'll assume that all the activities that have been and that has to be done for the PO from the buyer side has been done. So this is the one purchase order I actually need to submit. So to carry the process ahead, this is where the role of supplier halts, and this is from this point onwards, this is to be taken care by supplier. So I'll have to log in as Tamara Michaels, and I'll have to see if this PO 479 has been submitted. So logging in on supplier, the first screen which is displayed to the supplier is a dashboard, his dashboard. So there aren't lot many options for the supplier. The only features that are visible to him are related to the purchase order. So he has my profile, where he can change his details, change his contact, or change his payment and shipping terms, and he has item master. This is where uh, supplier can change the cost for a particular item that he is assigned to. So there are these three items that have been assigned to the supplier. So this is a feature where which might come handy while bidding, because what happens is there might be different vendors for a particular item, and different vendors might specify a different cost. So while creating a purchase order, or while accepting a purchase order, I as a supplier should have a feature where I can modify the cost of an item and put it into the PO, saying put it in the PO. So this is one screen where the supplier can do that. So for now, I also manage carriers. So manage carriers is something which is slightly related to the PO, because what happens is, while I'm shipping, while as a supplier I ship something, I'll have to ship it via a carrier. So generally the carriers which I use to ship my items to my buyers, I'll be listing it down here, providing them a tracking link, so it would be easier for the buyer to track where his shipment has been, and what is the status of his shipment. So to go ahead, I'll go to my purchase orders. So here all the purchase orders that have been submitted to me as a user. So if you can see, this is one purchase order that we have just created a couple of minutes ago. It's created by a store manager, and the delivery date is 3rd. So the total cost is 50. I can see the summary of the purchase order here. I'll open this PO and review it. So all the information for that particular PO has been displayed here, and if everything seems correct to me, I'll say accept. So accepting this is a kind of a contract where buyer agrees to deliver the quantity, deliver the amount of quantity that for that particular item which is there in the PO. So this might even tell a buyer that you do not have to go to any other place to purchase this item for this request. So I'll say accept. So accept will take this PO to a approved state or a accepted state, and this is where, so this has been moved from the active purchase orders to purchase order history. So if you can see, PO 479 is in accepted state, and now this is where I as a supplier have said that I'll be delivering this quantity, I'll be delivering this shipment. So that takes us to shipment. Now since we might need to track the entire purchase orders, we might also want to create shipment for this particular purchase order. Once I've accepted, it will go to my shipping department, this purchase order, where he can just log in, go to his dashboard and see if there are any default shipments that have been assigned to him, and he can take it over from there. So if you can see, since it is accepted, it has come into the shipment tab, this purchase order 479, and he can view the details. I'll say open shipment. Since no shipment has been yet created for this PO, the fields, the form would be majoritarily empty. All the default data would be the default everything from the shipment is copied to the everything from the purchase order is copied to the shipment page. So by default there is one shipment number which is created, SN108. This would be for the internal tracking purpose for the supplier. And from here, so generally what would happen if I have say I have to supply 100 packets of chips, so I might ship it in different packages, maybe 2 packages of 50 and or 4 packages of 25. So there is a way in Deskera inventory where you can add packages. So this is the add package screen or a pop-up which comes up. So this will have the quantity that is 100. If you can see, 100 is a quantity for the PO. This is where I can put my internal the package ID, which will again be for the internal use for the supplier. Or the reference number. So I've created one package. I'll say this one package would be of 50. So creating a package of 50 will bring me one more row because all the quantity has not been accounted for. So I'll create another package for it.